Good morning, first grade. This video is for Wednesday, May the 6th, 2020. Joey is sitting at attention to say good morning and welcome to Wednesday. He was waiting for his treat. You've almost made it through another week. So let's see what we're doing today. Okay, should I give him his treat for sitting so nicely? Okay, there you go, Mr. Joey.
Okay, that's kind of fun just to get to see Joey, right? Well, let me show you. I'm going to talk with you about a couple things. Joey's like, why are you saying my name? I wanted to show you some things, but this video is going to be a little bit shorter today, and that is because we're doing our Science Wednesday. Remember, on Wednesdays, I'm going to give you a science experiment that you can do at home with stuff you just have at home. It's completely optional. You don't have to do it if you want to, but of course, science is so awesome and fun that they're really fun things to do too. So I'll show you those at the end of this video. Then don't forget, I'm actually going to post those by themselves also on a video. So if you want to do it with grandma and grandpa over Zoom, or you want to show your aunt or uncle because you guys want to try it together, or a friend, then they don't have to go through the whole teaching video to see it at the end, okay? Okay, I have loved all the photos of your lima beans. These are my inside lima beans. I'll show you my outside ones on a different day. But look, let's see if I can see some. Oh yeah, I can see the roots right there. Can you see the roots? The roots are so cool, going down to get the nutrients out of the soil. Okay, my leaf is looking a little sad because you know what I did? My soil was a little wet, so I kind of put this out in the sun a little bit to get it a little sun, because plants need sun. We know that. That's how they make their food. But inside this small vase, it was a lot of sun for the plant, so it was a little bit hard to it. So now I'm being extra gentle to it. Okay, last week we also started talking about some lazy vowels. You guys are never lazy, are you? Not like these vowels. Remember that schwa sound, our schwa sound? And it's when our vowels start acting lazy. And it's when our A, that a short A would say ah, but then it says what? The lazy sound, Or our short E would say eh, but then sometimes it acts lazy and it says yes, Or our short would say octopus, but instead it says Okay, well, let's read a few of these words that are ones we see with the schwa. Okay, ready to do it? Okay, say them out loud when I put the cards up. Ready? Here we go. What-un, like I won the game. What is that down there? Ma-ni, There's that short U sound with that O. We saw this one last week. What is it? Guard-un. This is making that short U sound, lazy vowel. Schwa. Oh, I like this one. What is it? Away. Chris kicked the ball away from the blue team, it says. Here's one you write all the time when you write letters. You're going to write a letter to your mom soon, actually, or memories with mom. Computer. We saw that one too. And it is now the month of May. The month of May. So keep looking for those schwas when you're doing your reading of Arthur this week. Okay, I also want to tell you something else. And it's kind of cool and quiet because it's a little bit of a surprise for your moms. And if they're in the room watching this with you, that's okay, because you're going to go do it on your own today. In your packet that you picked up from me last week, I included a pink piece of construction paper and then two pieces of paper that are like the heavier paper that we would use sometimes in class. It's called cardstock. And on those pieces of paper, one of them at the top says a message to mom, and the other one says memories with mom. And first grade, since we're not at school, since we're doing distance learning, I wanted you to still be able to do something special for your mom for Mother's Day, because do you know that Mother's Day is on Sunday? If you didn't know, so you can surprise your mom, okay? So this week, today, I'm giving you very little schoolwork. It's chapel day. You're going to look up your Bible verse. You're going to do, with the schwa sounds, you're going to do a little bit of word sorting like we would do in a reading center. And then I gave you extra time today without normal schoolwork to do something for your mom, okay? But I want you to use your best writing and write complete sentences. Now, here's the one thing. You don't have to send this back to me. So you know how you send me back your work? The stuff you're doing for your mom, You don't have to send me back that. That is a gift for your mom. And you can keep it till Sunday if you want to on Mother's Day. So like on Memories for Mom, you're going to write, it says, so there's a little, on the page, there's some clouds, and you're going to write words that describe your mom. Is she funny? Is she kind? Is she sweet? Is she silly? What is she? You're going to write words that describe her, adjectives. And then you're going to answer a couple questions, but I want you to write a complete sentence. If I had $1 million, I would buy what for my mom? So I asked Dylan this question. I was telling him that you guys were going to write these for your moms. And you know what Dylan said he would do for me? What he would have written on there? He would have said, well, first, Mom, I'm going to buy you a beach house because he knows I love to go to the beach. So I was like, I am all over that, Dylan. Too bad we don't have $1 million, huh? But then he said, or maybe I'll take you to every single Disneyland in the whole entire world. We'll just go take a really amazing trip. And I'm like, I like both of those. They're awesome. So use your imagination. Think about what your mom loves and what you would buy her if you had $1 million. And then you're going to answer questions like what you really love when you and your mom do together. Like, I really love it when we, and then you say what it is that you love to do with your mom. And if you could, so now you say, the last one you're going to write is, if I could tell you anything, it would be what? What would you tell your mom? Would you tell her you love her? Would you tell her she's the best mom ever? What would you tell her? And then the second page is Memories with Mom. So I want you to think about something special you've done with your mom. It could be during this time, during our shelter at home time. That's what it could be. Or it could be something that you've done with your mom maybe in the past when you were on vacation. Or maybe it's just a memory of getting in bed at night and snuggling and reading. So I want you to write your mom a nice note. And that's a gift that you're going to give to her. Because you know what? Sometimes sweet words from us are a gift to others. So don't forget that everybody loves a great note. And then this pink piece of paper I gave you, and so you can write a card and make a card for your mom, okay? Remember, you can fold it if you want, hamburger style, or you can fold it hot dog style. If you want to do a pop out in the middle of it and you have the supplies at home, you can do that, okay? If you want to cut it in half and you just want to do half a sheet, you can choose. But put those together as a gift for your mom, okay? Okay, first grade, I'm actually not going to read a story today because our science experiments are going to take just a little bit longer, which is awesome. I think you're going to love them. And I hope you enjoy watching them and learning some cool things about science. And if you want to do them at home, I hope you get to do that and have so much fun doing it, okay? Okay, let's move over to my kitchen.
First grade, we're back in my kitchen. Here we are for Science Wednesday. Remember I told you every Wednesday through the end of the year, I will show you some type of science experiment that doesn't necessarily have to do with our reading or our math that we're doing during our normal distance learning, but that you can do at home because science is so much fun. Guess what? I'm normally only going to show you one science experiment, but today, there's a reason I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3 science experiments. This doesn't seem crazy, but it's because they all have to do with eggs. So I thought it was better to lump them all together. And because one of them, you may not have the supplies at your house that you need right this second. You may, but just in case, I didn't want it to be the only one I showed you. So I'm going to start with the one that takes the longest. You know how sometimes when we do science in our class, we go, okay, we're putting it in, and now we have to come back to it a few hours later. Well, this one is that kind of a science experiment. Here's what you need. You're for sure going to need a container. You're going to need white vinegar. This is just the kind that I got from Fry's, not any big deal. And then I'm going to show you why I'm going to use the flashlight on my son's phone in just a minute. So this egg, believe it or not, this egg is raw. First grade, can you remember what raw means? Doesn't look very raw, right? Like I have another one over here. This is what a raw egg normally looks like. If I drop this, it would make a huge mess everywhere. But this egg actually is raw, but I soaked it for 1 full day. How many hours are in a day? 24 hours are in a day. I soaked it for 1 full day in vinegar. Then, actually, most of the shell came off by doing that. There was a tiny little bit of shell, and I just rubbed it off. But I wanted to show you what happens to a raw egg if you soak it in vinegar for 24 hours. We've done a lot of cool things with vinegar in class, but first watch this. Remember, it's raw. If I take this raw egg and I just dropped it on the ground and make a big mess, watch. I'm going to drop this egg. Are you ready? What did it do? Did you see that? It made the raw egg bounce. Isn't that kind of funny? Here's the other thing I want to show you. Oh, if I can get to it. Hold on, let me get my son's flashlight. His crazy, I gotta put in his password. But you know, when you guys get a phone, your parents will always know your password too. Okay, so do you know on a phone that there's a flashlight right here? Okay, so I see it's just a normal flashlight. Here's the other thing I wanna show you. Stay right there, let me turn off the lights for a second. Okay, so my kitchen isn't all the way dark, but it's pretty dark. Okay, I wanna show you something with this cool raw egg. Watch, it glows. Isn't that so cool? What the vinegar, the reaction of the vinegar with the egg dissolves the shell, makes the egg turn kind of rubbery, and then also you can glow through it. Isn't that cool? In fact, I'm gonna show you that this is a raw egg. So here, let me just place this right here. Let's see if it'll stay so you guys can look at it for a second. Oh, it's not gonna stay. And I'm just gonna get a little knife right out of my kitchen counter and watch. Guess why I got this plate right here? Because I'm just gonna show you this. Oh, this is in fact a raw egg. So isn't that so cool? Okay, now let me just wash my hands. Mr. Ellis will show you that. Mr. Ellis is our camera guy today.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Ellis. Thank you so much for being our camera guy. Let me turn our lights back on. Isn't that a very cool science experiment? Okay, let me just move these out of the way. Gotta be careful with my raw egg. If you ever touch a raw egg, first grade, make sure you wash your hands. It is something that you have to wash your hands if you touch. Here we go, our second excellent science experiment. Okay, that was a little bit of a bad joke, but let me show you what you need for this. You can use any container you want. I just happen to have this one. This is about 2 cups of just water. It actually just came right from my sink. Here's another egg, because remember we're doing egg-cellent science experiments. This egg is raw, so just like the last one, if I dropped this egg, it would just fall and burst all over the place, okay? So let me show you, do you think an egg will sink or float? What do you think? Well, actually, here's what an egg will do. It will sink. It's when, if you go down to the side, you can kind of see it's just sitting right there on the bottom. The egg is sitting right there on the bottom because a raw egg will sink. But just as science is so cool, let me show you something that will change it a little bit. Okay, so this is just salt. This is just normal salt. And here is a measuring spoon. This is 1 tablespoon. I actually got this as a nice gift from our class. Okay, so I'm gonna use 4 tablespoons of salt. So I'm gonna fill this up 4 times. Okay, ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have done quite a few science experiments in class where things have dissolved in water, and we watched, you know, candy hearts dissolve in water and some different things like that. We saw what happened to pine cones when they were put in water. This though, because I want to do this experiment a little bit faster, I'm actually stirring that salt to help it dissolve in the water, just like you would if maybe your mom or your dad put sugar in their tea. They often stir it. Okay, ready to watch our egg here? So the same egg you saw the whole time, I didn't do anything. Here's our egg, I'm gonna drop it in. Oh, watch what happens. What's it doing, first grade? It is floating now. So we actually changed this raw egg that was sinking before to floating. And the way we did that was with salt. The salt made the water more dense. In fact, there's a sea over by where Jesus was when he was walking on earth called the Dead Sea. And people actually go there and they can float. The people can actually float in the sea. And the reason they can do that is because the sea there has so much salt and minerals in it that it holds them up. It changes the water and how the water acts. Okay, I have one more science experiment. So let me just put these right over here. Hold on, I'm just gonna move them out of the way. Okay, I want to show you on this science experiment. This is the one I told you that you may or may not have everything you need. And really the one thing that you might not have is the right glass container. So that's why I wanted to show you my samples. This is the one we're going to actually use. This one works great for this experiment. This is like a chocolate milk glass bottle that you can buy chocolate milk in. So that's the one we're going to use. But I want to tell you that I actually tested out some other ones. I tried my Diet Snapple that comes in a glass jar, and I tried it. And I also tried, I have kind of this is called a carafe that you can pour like orange juice and stuff in. I tried both of these. This one's a little bit too big. My egg just falls to the bottom, and this one's a little bit too small. So you can see the openings of these are very similar, but this one's just a tiny bit bigger. But here's what's so cool about it. Let me just move these out of the way. This science experiment starts with your egg sitting on top. So you tell me, first grade, does that egg fit in that bottle? Maybe I could, this one's a hard-boiled egg. If I cut this open, I could eat this one like you maybe did with your Easter eggs. This hard-boiled egg, so if I smushed it in there, it'd probably smush it to pieces a little bit. We'd see the yolk and it would smush inside. So I could force it inside the bottle, but it's too big to go in the bottle, right? It doesn't fit. Well, I want to show you something. Now, this science experiment, I am going to use a lighter in because I'm going to set something on fire, kind of fun. I don't want you to do that without a mom or dad. They need to do that for you, okay? This is just a regular paper towel. Here's my regular bottle, okay? I was just making sure there was no water inside of it. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set my paper towel on fire. Okay, you can come a little closer if you want to see it a little closer. I'm going to set my paper towel on fire. I like to let it get just a little bit going, just a little bit. I got to be careful because I don't want to burn myself, and we don't want your moms or dads to burn themselves either. See how my fire is still going? Okay, now I'm just going to put my egg right here at the top, okay? Oh, what happened to my egg? First grade, I didn't even have to push on it, and my egg went inside the bottle through that tiny little hole. Watch. My egg won't come out. It doesn't come out. In fact, I'd have to change the air pressure inside this bottle again to get that egg out. What happens is when we heated up the inside of the air that's inside this bottle, remember how heat rises? We talked about that, how sometimes your upstairs is hotter than your downstairs. That's because heat expands, it goes. Well, it expanded the air inside this, and then when the fire went out, when the little paper towel stopped, those molecules of air went like this, they came back together, and when they did that, they went, and they sucked that egg right in. Isn't that so awesome? Okay, first grade, I love you bunches and bunches. Isn't science so cool? I hope you have a great day. Do fantastic job on your Mother's Day gift for your moms, and do some fun with science if you want, okay? Bye, I'll talk to you soon.